Hello and welcome to the wonderful world of photography. David Bradley here. There is no picture on the screen. Don't worry, there's not supposed to be yet. The other day I encountered a young person who expressed an interest in photography. And I said, "Oh, photography, I know a lot about photography." So I said, "Well, why don't you," because of course everybody has a phone with a camera, I said, "why don't you take a picture of this hallway and show me how you would do it?" And they said, "Okay." And of course, they stood pretty much in the middle of the hallway with the phone at the height of their eye, and they took a picture. And I said, "Aha, I thought that's what you would do." And there was also, well, there was a water fountain around and other things. There's always cool, funny things around. Anyway, I said, "Well, don't worry, because that's not at all to be unexpected, because of course you have an interest, but you really haven't done much." And they said, "Yes, that's true." So, I'm going to slide back here. I told them, I said, "Well, hang on, I'm going to try a shot here." Now this is, of course, a water fountain. And I suspect if I had said, "Why don't you take a picture of the water fountain," they would just aimed it straight on and taken a picture. Anyway, the water fountain is surrounded by some cool sort of tiling and stuff, and I did another one. I think I like this one better because I was able to just stick to the tile, but there is a bit of a flash at the top. Not from the flash, but because there was light coming in. So I could have done better, but this was all done very quickly. Now the next picture that I'm about to show you is the second version of what I did with the hallway. And this is something I always like to do with halls, and that is make them appear to be almost endless. And not really, like, there's nothing terribly interesting about a hallway. It's a hallway. But there are interesting ways to shoot hallways. And here is my second attempt. Oh dear. That didn't go well. Hang on. We'll try that again. Aha! Here is my second attempt at a hallway. And indeed, there's a lock. There's a lock on a locker. There's the thing that holds it there, the hasp, whatever. There's the lights on the ceiling, and they're lined up nicely on the floor. And it goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on. Now, I would have liked to have been able to take and twist this lock a little bit sideways, but it was not having any of it. So I said, "Oh well, I can't do that." Anyway, but this, as opposed to standing in the middle of a hall and taking a picture of a hall down the hall, this is more interesting. Now, this next one, if it comes up okay, I think is some better. It has the water fountain. It's pretty blue tiling, but also, and I took more of these than this. There was this one. I think this might be the one. This one here, if you look at the where the lights are lined up on the floor, they're too close, and they're just like touching the water fountain. And this one, they're farther away. And this one, they're a little bit closer, and that's okay. Either one of these would be okay. Also, we have the reflections off of the floor of the windows up ahead. And let me just look. How did I do? Maybe. I'm torn between these. This one, I'm just got the top, like the light is kind of touching the top, the first fluorescent light there. And this one, there's a little bit of space. So maybe this is the one. Although, once again, I'm got a little bit of flash off the thing. All right, once again, here, it's a hallway. But it's more, as I would say, more interesting than just a hallway. And it really does look rather endless. It does. It just goes on and on and on and on. Which may symbolize some people's sort of journey through education. It might seem endless. It might. But anyway, so basically what I said to this young person was, I said, "Look, you gotta, regardless of whether you're using your phone or a camera or a video camera or anything, you have to train your eye and pick a good frame. Because all we have to work with is a rectangle, maybe a square, depending some things may have more exotic features. I guess there's the panoramic and whatever. But anyway, basically you have your rectangle, which essentially is pretty much always a rectangle. And, I mean, you can always, if there's something you can't get rid of, you can always crop things. You can. Like I could, if I felt like it, crop some off the top of the bottom of this. I don't know if I would or not. I really haven't thought about it. I tried to pick just a good frame and shoot it. And I think I'm pretty pleased with that. I think. So I think I would probably say, okay, well, that's pretty good. Now, if I wanted to make it, I suppose, 16 by 9, because it obviously isn't. See, this picture was taken on iPhone 6, because that's what I use. I suspect if I shot it on my other phone, it would have come out in 16 by 9, but oh well, so be it. Anyway, I'm pretty pleased with this. They seemed to get the idea of, oh, yes. And I said, and sometimes you might have to get down to the floor. Sometimes you might have to get higher. You know, left, like it's not just stand in the middle and shoot. And as I've said in other videos, it's funny, there are a lot of people who would think that, you know, the light by window is really great, and put people in front of a window, and and it's not. It really is not. It's not, like, you know, if you just stand people in front of a window with the light shining in, what you get is a bunch of shadowy figures. Now, if you want a bunch of shadowy figures, that's just great. That's dandy. Get a bunch of shadowy figures. Or, I suppose, crank up a big flash, and then you'll get people, although they might have red eye. Perhaps in my next video I'll show how a window can be used, and actually you don't necessarily have to see the window. It's just the light is good, but you don't just want to put somebody standing in front of the window. You pretty much want to put them perpendicular to the window and use the cool lighting that's coming in. And it doesn't have to be sunny. A cloudy day is good too. It's just good natural light coming through a window can be quite wonderful. And as you see, the windows, there are 3 upper windows way over here. They are pretty much like blown out and pretty white, pretty clear. And that's, you know, that's fine. That's the way they were. And there is some bleeding of the light and the reflection on the floor and everything. And that's pretty okay. I'm pretty pleased with this, just for a, you know, it wasn't like I had any lighting, I didn't have anything, I just was like, oh, hey, let me show you a different way. So, anyway. So here we have